Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a fight from the NA Friday Night Fights. Thank you Brutish from 9th Corps for broadcasting this event. This map is Piper Farm. You're seeing an overview of that. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get behind the scenes footage and videos before everyone else. Our teams for tonight, on the Confederate side, you have 20th New York, 2 Corps, Free States Brigade, 32nd Ohio, and Jackson's Division, whereas on the USA side, you have 9th Corps, Hood's Division, Army of Northern Virginia, and the Pickett's Brigade. With that being said, I hope you enjoy.
Alright everybody, welcome to the second map of the Sunday Night Fights. Second map tonight is Piper Farm. It's 101 to 90. Union is off to a quick start here. They are getting nothing to go and trying to get to this CSA right, trying to take this stone wall. And I think my audio is bugged.
Looks like A and V is going to be getting right into the fray here.
Yeah, I see that they're going to hold back. I think that's a smart decision. CSA got there first. And I think CSA is playing it smart here. I think CSA getting on this stone wall and not letting Union have this easily is the right move here. Sometimes you see CSA try to play a little reservedly, try to hold tickets by letting Union have this stone wall, but I think that's just a bad decision. You know, I think once Union get this stone wall, you're kind of locked down into playing in the orchard and behind the bar.
We're experiencing the same skirmish that we saw the last round with 6LA, you know, shooting down on HD and A and B now.
And let's see if artillery has any significant impact here. They have the easiest shots in the game. And Killer is just ignoring their artillery.
Well, we do have HD, First in Jersey Hazard over here. He's taking a position on these rocks here in the middle of the field, shooting. They're kind of bringing their fire towards artillery, but also to CSA on the right-hand side on the stone wall. But they also have to worry about the CSA infantry directly in front of them, and we also got a Union Rambo charging the 20th New York artillery.
Union is charging this rebel position on the stone wall. Union can finally play aggressive here, playing as the attackers. Let's see what Union does. Can they drive CSA off this stone wall and take this position?
CSA is getting reinforced by JD. Looks like they are being led by Major D's.
The major thing with getting into melee right here, and at least even if you don't win this stone wall, is look at the tickets right now. CSA is already halfway down battle ready, and we're not even past 40 minutes. And it seems like Union's about to take the stone wall anyway. So honestly, this is probably best outcome for Union here.
Hey, Brutish, do you want to talk to D's?
About what?
D's nuts.
Dude. Dude, you did not fucking just do that to me.
I most certainly did. I most certainly did.
It seems like HC is now taking this opportunity to get some easy tickets and some easy out-of-line tickets on their artillery, and just completely wipe out their artillery. Let's see if this flag is out here.
Union right now, coming off of a clutch victory from the last minute being a defender, I'm taking that momentum and I'm going to play a little aggressive, and it looks like Union is capitalizing on the opportunity to be aggressive.
Yep, and it seems like CSA has fallen back on this right side. Union is now in firm control of the stone wall. They are in firm control of the rebel artillery, and can now box in CSA into the orchard behind the barn on this L stone wall, which is where CSA likes to hang out all the time on this map.
Hey,
so.
no fighting in the Civil War, guys.
Fortunately for CSA, you know, I would love to see CSA charge out this artillery, but even if they were to retake that artillery, I'm seeing 3 stars on the stone wall right now. So even if you do get back that artillery, what's stopping USA from coming in and retaking it, you know?
And it says like Killer is going to take AV and kind of just use these rocks, get a forward operating position. HD is currently holding on the stone wall. 9th Corps is moving out, it seems like, to the other side, kind of doing a little little bait switch. Seems like 9th Corps might be moving up, down into the cornfield. Maybe kind of. So we're doing a little 2-prong attack, 3-prong attacks on the front here. And just like that, at 40 minutes, CSA is already at the top at the top of engage. And honestly, that is what you want to see if you move here.
Very interesting though is CSA has kind of formed one massive battle line. From pretty much all of their positions, they have shots on Union on this artillery right now.
Yeah, I would say CSA does have better shots on Union here. You have multiple crossfires. You have JD here on the left. You have, who is this? You have a little bit more of JD firing north. You have this group on the barn. You have 2nd Corps 6LA firing from the barn. On the L wall, you have 5th VA firing from the hay bales, and then you have this group in the orchard using Arty to shoot it to their side. So if you're in Rebel, honestly, having USA kind of hold an Arty and not advance forward and not continue their advance is what you want. You are kind of boxed in into the orchard and kind of boxed in on this road, but slowing the game down is exactly what you want here. Try to do what you did on last map, which is, you know, make the attackers come to you because they are the attackers, and try to get your tickets back at a shooting match. And that seems like what CSA is trying to do here. You have JD trying to use his stone wall, use secure and cover, try to get shots into the side of A and B right here. That's what you have to do if you want to get tickets back, especially as the defenders. You have to kill more of them than they kill of you. You can't just trade here.
I was very impressed with 6LA. They were able to hold their own. They were able to take on pretty much, you know, HD and A and B at the same time. I'm very curious on what they're going to do. Maybe they could be the ones to help balance out this ticket imbalance here, because Union, they just broke halfway through battle ready.
It seems like Union is also very content with just slowing this down, kind of just going to a shooting match with them. I mean, it's not like they have horrible cover either. They do, you know, they are shooting down on everybody here. They have better shots. They do have these caissons to take cover on these rocks. They can spread out in open order. They have plenty of room and plenty of cover out in this field. So, I mean, I think this is right now we have a match that's kind of even-sided, kind of stalemate. We have to see who makes a move first. And if I had to bet who makes a move first, it would have to be you.
CSA can definitely use that to their advantage here. They could wait for Union to make their move and finally get those tickets back. A&V, Colonel Killer, he just took a very risky move, and he looks like he was going to go and try to scout up a little head with his binoculars, and then lots of musket fire rained down on him from 6LA. That would have been pretty funny to watch, I'm not going to lie. No offense, Killer.
Yeah, we should have a nice little shooting match here, and I love watching these, especially the playing over. These are my favorite matches. The Charge Fest can be kind of fun, but this is the cream of the crop.
Everyone, you know, loves a good old-fashioned charge. What I do not like about charges is when you finally are yelling clear, and then someone from your own regiment stabs you in the back. Right there at the end. Now, Brutish, if you're CSA right now, what are you hoping that Union does? What are you hoping that you can bait Union into doing?
Honestly, the only thing you can really do is hope that you can find a Union regiment overextended by themselves, wipe them piecemeal, get out before you take too many casualties. But really, if you're defending here, you're doing exactly what you want to do. Sit back, make them come to you, use your cover. You know, you have great cover behind this barn. Union has no Arty, so you don't even have to worry about that at all. Just make Union come to you is I think the play here, and I think that's pretty much what they're trying to do.
Like a bulk of HD, led by Colonel Blackjack, is coming back from spawn. They're moving back into the caissons here. I was hoping, while spectating this, I was going to be able to watch some of those CSA forces in the orchard gun them down. But I think they came up a little late here.
Now the only other thing you can also hope for, great Artie hit from Rebel Artie there, took out a flag. The only other thing you can hope for here as CSA is Union accidentally capture the point. If Union accidentally capture the point, you take that as your opportunity to either A, get aggressive and drop them down and take as much as possible, or B, get aggressive and take the point and get caught up on tickets as instantly as you get the point.
Something interesting unfolding here behind the Union forces on the artillery pieces. 20th New York has taken up a position on the snake rail fence behind them. They're going to start putting shots to their backs. That is a very high risk but high reward move by 20th New York.
Oh, I see it.
20th New York gets caught out here. That could be a very, very significant loss for tickets for CSA.
I mean, it seems like they're getting pretty ignored at this point. I mean, if I'm Union here, what is this, a 6-man unit, 7-man unit? I would pretty much ignore this. Love watching the artillery guys fall over as they fire. Another great Rebel Artie hit on this Union position. I think that took out a flag as well. Red missed at that guy. That guy is now gone.
The big things right now for CSA is effective Artie. We have great shots onto that Artie position right now. If they can whittle down the Union forces, CSA can easily move in, wipe these guys on the caissons, and have a better position than they have right now.
Well, if you look at tickets, Rebels have slowed down, the CSA has slowed down their ticket loss, and Union is getting down about already. The biggest thing that you're doing here as Rebels is just slowing the game down, and it's really about making Union take as long as possible to get you down. At 30 minutes, you really don't want to be taking losses, but if you can slow this game down where it was a second ago, 30 minutes at the bottom of the gauge isn't too bad. But you have to somehow find a way to catch back on tickets, and I think, like you said, Artie is a good way, and then play a little conservative and just letting your rifles do the work is the way to do it.
Yep, looks like HD is moving in to meet them. Got some banter going on between CSA and Union forces right here.
They actually mostly got white, but I mean that small group of 20 who got killed there, that's a lot of tickets you can't afford to lose as defenders, especially in Piper's Farm where the ticket imbalance is so great.
You know, one thing that I just watched right now after that charge is one of the 20th New York guys went to meet an HD guy, and the HD guy had full kits, so that was an unnecessary out-of-line death that could have been avoided. He should have just ran away. I think right now CSA cannot afford those out-of-line ticket losses, because if they do...
We have a move going down by Union. I think Killer is going to do his patented airborne strategy, go through the barn, and then rain down upon the Union, or upon the Rebels. And here he goes.
Yep, A&V is in there. 6LA,
they see it coming, though. They see it coming. They turn around. It's kind of shooting fish in a barrel on the stone wall.
But the entire Union force, or most of the Union force, has moved up to help A&V.
Yeah, full team charge going down with the hay bales. It seems like Rebels are about to get wiped out. JD, though, is coming in with a massive reinforcement from the orchard. They're about to hit the stone wall and rain hell down. All these Union guys kind of stuck in this little kill zone.
Kind of hard to say right now, but I think CSA is winning this engagement.
Yeah, they are, and look at them. They got Union halfway down engaged already, and they are still at the top of taking losses. So that actually is a pretty good charge for Rebels there. You did go down the top of taking losses, but you did catch up on tickets pretty significantly. And now they could capitalize this. If CSA wants to retake Artie, they could pretty much charge Artie out. Let's see if they get aggressive here. They really could retake the whole field. They could take the right stone wall too.
I don't want to be calling out 20th New York here, but unfortunately, we just have a few guys charging this artillery pieces, and they're just getting skirmishing and out of line ticket losses. CSA cannot afford that.
Here at Battle Line Network, we call out the Rambos. And it seems like CSA isn't doing exactly what I said. It seems like they're getting aggressive, retaking the Arties since that charge went so terribly for Union. Let's see, who is this? Is this PB? A little bit of PB, a little bit of AMV. It seems like they're just going to sprint on out of there instead of getting murdered.
Unfortunately for CSA, I think they might have moved up a little too late, because now you have the bulk of the Union reinforcements from coming in from spawn, taking that stone wall.
Yeah, but you have Artie, and you know, Artie might sway this fight here. Yeah, USA does have a stone wall, but if Artie could do some work here, take out parts of that stone wall, and then you have Second Corps moving left behind Union, getting into the road, getting up and over the stone wall, kind of surrounding Union, and Union, I think, is going to be forced to fall back here, possibly get on the snake road. And it seems like they're about to open up fire down the road and possibly even charge them out, maybe get a little bit aggressive.
A huge kudos to CSA. They were able to repel that A and B, and then eventually rest of the Union team, they charged them. They were able to hold, and now they're capitalizing on this. And it does look like, unfortunately, Union's going to be halted here on the stone wall.
I do not have a baby dick. That is not. I blue has a tiny penis.
Looking over here in the orchard, we do have a small contingent of HD on Union, but they're getting charged out by FSB. Those are going to be more unnecessary ticket losses.
Yeah. The entire Union team is kind of consolidated on this right side of the stone wall and in the corner. And honestly, this is great. CSA, if you're CSA here, this is exactly what I said. Or exactly, Squid, this is one of those things where, you just figure out somehow to get tickets back. Artie is starting to light up the stone wall, put a hole in the stone wall.
That was a weird fucking bug.
Looks like some Union forces are pulling up from there, which, I mean, honestly is a smart move, because CSA, they're able to shoot up this road. They catch some of these guys poking out, trying to get a good shot on them.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where you just figure out how to get casualties back, and I think moving down this stone wall and just kind of get into the shooting match, though, hopefully Artie could pull your tickets back. And I think getting those guys in the snake row all the way back there are even better shots. Artie landing a little short, unfortunately. And AAV, it seems like AAV is getting out of dodge right now.
Looks like HD, led by Colonel Hazard, they've pushed all the way back from spawn. I think they might be trying to make a push on the orchard here.
Another Rebel Artie shot, incredibly short. Didn't see where that one landed. My bad. Yeah, we do have a flank maneuver coming down. Squid did call that out. That is HG going by Hazard. Going with Hazard down here. They might be able to catch this rebel group off guard, but I think we might have a guy looking for it. Or this guy just crouched down, just hanging out.
It's very unfortunate too for these CSA guys over here in the orchard, is they're a little spread out. They would be about even in this engagement, but if HD's able to shoot them out, get up and over, and charge the rest of them out, that could be a very serious victory in the middle of this match for Union.
Come on.
Let's see what Sergeant Torrey could do for the 20th New York do with this shot. Artillery. Preparing it. Takes out about 4 or 5 and gets a flag. Nice shot. His fuse was a little long, but you know, he shot through a few guys. Like that, Union hits the top of taking losses. We are now up another great arty shot for Rebels. CSA already is making these Union guys pay.
Get these colors up. I can't hold
Bob was like, hey, where's everybody at? And I was
One thing
like,
I would like
I'm
to
here.
point out is the CSA fielding to counter these guys on the stone wall. They have CSA and the artillery in the middle of the field. We have CSA on the snake fence and we have CSA on the stone wall. All three of these groups are shooting down on this Union guys right here on the stone wall. So I'm gonna guess that Union right here, HD being led by First Lieutenant PP, they're gonna be suppressed to hell right now.
Seems like more and more respawns for Union are kind of just starting to push the center area, kind of just abandon this right, try to make it a two-prong attack and try to draw some CSA over, which is, I think is what's happening right now.
It does look like we have a CSA regiment moving to the right, probably to reinforce the guys in the orchard, because we do have a pretty substantial Union force moving into the cornfield over there.
I have already shot go down the stone wall.
We even have a regiment, Union regiment, pulling off the stone wall, leaving just PB and some HD.
Yeah, it seems like Union here is going to refocus their push or kind of push into the orchard now. Some Union guys just taking some pot shots up the hill, using the stone wall as cover.
If Union is completely abandoning the stone wall on the right, they need to consolidate their force over here. If they don't go when they're completely organized, that could go very poorly for them.
I honestly think that Union's trying to win the game right here. I think they're getting a mass push organized for point, and they're gonna try and draw CSA into point in a massive charge, and in the middle of the charge, as CSA goes breaking, they'll cap the point win. I think that's what they're trying to do here.
Unfortunately, you cannot have the CSA units over here still holding on the left, engaging the few remaining Union guys on the stone wall. You can't have them push away, because we still have CSA holding far back, or Union holding near their spawn. If they abandon these positions, they can get pinched back here by their already in the orchard.
I think Union is honestly just gonna wait for them to hit break in here, and then they'll go. No reason to risk capping while they're still taking losses. They said like HD is gonna go to the far left here, then a mixture of A and B, 9th Corps, more HD, or it's gonna go straight to center.
One thing I don't think Union is going to anticipate, though, is both 6LA and 50A are holding far back in the orchard. So even if they do spawn, or excuse me, if they do charge, and they do get them to breaking, they still have two fresh CSA units that can push up and potentially change the course of the match.
I just think, I think no matter what happens, I think CSA is still too far behind on tickets. I think being a full morale state behind at the top of breaking, and the other teams at the top of taking losses, it's just, it's too much to come back from.
It does appear that the bulk of the Union forces are now on that stone wall, shooting into the orchard, and we're having some CSA regiments moving from the left to help reinforce the guys over here.
I would love to see if these cannons have any type of canister in them up on top of the orchard.
It looks like Union's moving in.
Run!
We have HD
Union's starting to push.
Are you alive?
moving in.
And sadly, they do not have this cannon on the right ready to go. I was really hoping that would have canister in it. They know the cannons are ready to go for this charge, so that's sad to see. CSA hits breaking. Union currently has major control of the point. Let's see if CSA can get into the point before the Union cap here and win the game.
6LA is moving in.
I think Union are just about to cut the point with the game. I think CSA is getting too caught up fighting at the top of the hill.
Unfortunately, these other two units are holding
no,
one
spoke
side.
too soon.
I
Spoke
was
way
actually
too
just about
soon.
to say, I was about to say they're coming in a little too late, but they came in at the perfect time. They were able to stop the cap.
And at minimum ticket loss, you're still not even halfway through breaking, and you just completely wiped the Union team. Just a complete team wipe. If I'm CSA here, honestly, I get a little aggressive and hold the stone wall at the base of the cord. You know, Union's just going to get Bayos and go straight to point, so I think getting at the stone wall will catch them off guard. It seems like they're just going to back up and play a little conservative to avoid going last stand, which is also a decent choice.
Taking a look here over at HD moving up in it, I think they might have just gotten bayonets and moved up.
I would really like to see these cannons get set up with canister.
Right up north.
You got this. Love you.
Quick time, quick time.
How the turntables.
I think Union is going to try to do the same thing again. I think they're just going to get everyone up on this stone wall and try to push them again. If CSA can keep holding them off,
What?
There you go.
Let me to that flag to...
Where's
that's
the
going to be a
line?
huge morale hit for Union. So I don't know about you, Brutish, but whenever I'm helping plan a charge, or if I'm leading a line and we're a part of a massive charge like that,
Clear cannon!
when we're pretty ahead on tickets and we lose a charge like that, I kind of beat myself up a little bit.
This rebel artillery guy just flipped a cannon. And I think he got himself stuck in the tree. No.
Fire.
Amazing. I don't know how you do that.
Flip the damn
Down
cannon.
the hill.
Back up.
They flipped a damn.
I mean, if I'm Union here, you have 18 minutes to shoot them in the last second. I honestly just slow the game down, shoot for a little bit, try to get them a little bit lower in the breaking, and then charge.
I'm hearing some CSA in-game voice chat. They're pretty disappointed that that cannon was flipped.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that. Pretty funny.
One thing I will say about CSA is they're taking up those original positions they had last time. They have the bulk of their force in the orchard, 2 units holding in the far back, then you also have units in the hay bales and the caissons, so they're not too clumped together. They're not going to get caught in that charge altogether.
Seems like we have a lone artilleryman cash rat jacket at a one-on-one gun battle with a infantryman. So that's good to see. Oh, and then we got Union making their push for point here. Second charge going down.
They want to stay in this. They need to hold. They need to hold. And I think Union has realized that the bulk of their force is not just in the orchard. We have Union pushing the hay bales as well as the orchard.
Yeah, this charge by Union looks really uncoordinated. It looks really disorganized.
Oh, we have a flanking force on the right side from CSA.
I think CSA is about to go last stand here, and I think that's all Union wanted to do. CSA gets a significant portion of their team back, but the big part of that is that you go last stand in the middle of a charge. So any of these guys who are wiping their